Hello everybody, and welcome to my video on creating your own space. So good morning everybody. I am now sitting in my fairy garden. I've just zoomed this in a bit for you. And as the title of this video says, this is about creating your own space. So I'll take you for a bit of a walk along my fairy garden. Now, I'll show you a bit more of it, but this is a space I've created. I've created this so I can sit here and just be. It's just somewhere where you can just chill out, sit, meditate, or just be, or if you've had a really shit day at work, or you've just had a long day at work, or you're just needing to recharge, you can just sit and just take a big sigh and just relax. Okay, so my fairy garden for me is a place where I sit quite a lot. Not so much in winter because it can get a little bit cool out here, but I spend a lot of time out here, especially in summer, until the mozzies get me in the afternoons in summer. So this is my fairy garden, which you saw in the opening. Now I have created this myself. Naturally, all these plants that you see, they were all here, but they've grown. But this is what else you don't see. Well, this is what I see. This is underneath. So I have created this. Oh, one of my fairies has fallen over. I'll just fix her up. Oh, that's one of the dogs. I tell them not to scare the fairies. So it's gone a bit dark, but that's a piece of amethyst. Now if you have crystals outside, just be mindful. Things like amethyst can lose their color. Okay, so that was purple, and because it's been outside it's gone grey, but that's okay. It still has the same properties that it had when it was purple. It's just the color has changed, but that's okay. And just down to there. So that's one side, and then I'll walk along a bit further for you. Some plants, and then I've got an angel down here. And then when I'm sitting from my chair, I can look across and I can see this. Okay. Now I've created this myself. I've planted this tree. Now in this tree at night, I've actually put solar lights, so the bottom half of this tree actually lights up, solar fairy lights. So, you know, there's lots of inexpensive ways you can do it. And then I've got to put some rose quartz down in there. Just be mindful that if you are putting crystals, and I've got things hanging into your fairy garden or into a garden, not to bury them, because believe it or not, crystals move. So these are all my fairies, because I love fairies. I love the fairy energy, and yes, there is fairy energy. There's different realms, and there's a fairy realm. Oh, the dog's been busy. I have a girl down here. Oops, sorry guys, I have dogs, so I'm also avoiding watching where I'm walking on purpose. I'll fix her up. And you know, there's another piece of amethyst in there. Some mushrooms, which I actually gained from a friend who was moving. Well, everything's fallen over. I've got a cat that likes getting in here. And animals love the energy that I've created. Whoops. In this fairy garden. So I've just, over the last few years, collected things and put things in here. And there's my other angel. She's hidden. And my garden needs a little bit of love at the moment. Okay, so that's looking all the way down. And this is looking all the way back down. So I can sit here and I just chill out in here. There's another one of my hangy things. And then what I've done was, where I sit is my table. And what I've got on my table is I have another amethyst, my Buddha, and so that's what it looks like from back here. So you can create outside spaces, whoops, sorry, and inside spaces. And I just love sitting in this particular space. Hi guys, I'm inside now. So the next space I've created is my healing space. Now that's very personal, but this is my healing space. I've created this. So this is a space I use for if we do Reiki or Sesshin or any healing. So this is the space I've created. There's my healing bed. I've got crystals underneath it, and those crystals I have underneath it, I change that up, by the way, too, depending on what the person I'm working with needs. But over here I have a table, and I have, as you can see, there's my medicine drum, and I have a salt lamp, and I have various crystals and things there, and things that I use. I have tools that I use. Okay. But I do have a clock down there. I have another little space here, and a mirror. Yep, you can see the bottom half of me. There. So this is a space that I've created for myself. Now that's my drum kit over there. And I have that up on the wall, and then I have my angels. But creating your own space is also about not just, it's about somewhere you go to, but your whole house is a space as well. So, you know, I've done things like over here, you know, I have some crystals and stuff here that I've created, you know. Then up here on top I've got crystals and photos and stuff. So it's about creating a vibe in where you live as well, whether it be a positive vibe or a negative vibe. I've also divided, like, I want to get a divider. This is my lounge room area. So I've used the chairs as like a divider. There's my djembe. Excuse me, between that and my healing space. I can get, and I do want to get, an actual divider to put to divide this area off. But this is a space I've created for my healing space. So this is another space that I have created, which I work in. So this is my view when I'm sitting down. So when I'm sitting on the chair that I sit in normally, this is what I see. After work, I like looking at this. So this is another one of my spaces that I've created for myself in my main house. Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing this appearing and reappearing. I don't have a viewfinder, and at the moment don't have any other way to do this. So I'll come in and I'll probably leave. You may or may not see that. If I'm clever at my editing, you won't. But if I'm not, oh well. So this is an extension of my video on creating your own space. Now I've put in 3 shorter clips that you would have seen examples of space in my own house that I have. You saw an outside one, and you saw 2 inside spaces that I have. Now, like I said, when I was outside my fairy garden, the idea of creating your own space is to give you somewhere where you can just be. You can either meditate in this space, just sit and chill out, just unwind from your day, and just sit and stop and just be. And that's why creating your own space is really important. And there's different sorts of spaces that you can create in your own house as well. You can create a space for exactly that thing, where it's just for you to be able to sit, chill out and be, and that's what my fairy garden is for me. Although I do sit in my sort of dining room area. I don't know what we actually call that part of my house, and I sit there a lot after I finish work as well. And like I showed you, my view, and that for me is I just look at it and I just chill out. I just totally chill out. So, but there's other spaces in your house that you can create as well. And those spaces are, you know, your living areas, your sleeping areas. It's about making your house and the spaces you have in your house as comfortable for you to live in, creating the environment and the energy in your house that you want. And that's what creating your own space is about. It's about creating the energy that you want to have in your house for yourself to use and to live in, because you've got to live in it. But you still need a special place that is just yours and only yours, and yeah, okay, other people may use it, but mainly it's just for you. Just to if you have kids, get away from the kids and just, you know, clear your head for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Just, it's a space for you and mainly you only. And that's why creating it is really, really important. There's lots of things you can do. There's no rules and there's no limits. It's whatever, it reflects who you are as a person. So it's whatever resonates with you. It's whatever makes you feel happy. You know, if that's creating a space where you're surrounded by stuffed toys, so be it. If that's a space where you're surrounded by lots and lots of crystals, so be it. If that's a space where you're, you know, surrounded by lots of artwork and figurines and all that sort of stuff, so be it. If, you know, posters, if that's a space that's a combination of any of this sort of stuff, you know, it's, you know, a place outside that has plants and stuff, and you create your own space outside, so be it. It's about creating what works for you, just your own very special area for you. That's what it's about. So I know some of you are going to go, but I live with others. I share, you know, and I'm not talking about family situation. I'm talking about, you know, you're renting a room or you're sharing a house with others. So that can be a little bit more challenging because, you know, you've got others that you need to think about and consider. There's still ways you can get around that. You know, you can create an area within your bedroom if you're able to, where you may buy a screen. You know, you can buy screenings. Buy a screen and put a screen up and make a nice comfortable nook behind that. You can use things like bookcases and stuff like that to sort of create an area. Like you create an area using, you know, you put bookcases in and you use that. Like I said, you can use screens. Or there may be an area outside where you live that you can just use for yourself and utilize for yourself and create your own area that way. I know that people that if they have like loft beds, like one of my sons is actually living overseas, and he's actually created his own space in his room, his bedroom. He has a loft bed, and then underneath that loft bed, he's put in couches and stuff like that, and that's his space. That's where he goes and chills. So if you have a loft bed, the area underneath that, if there's lots of different combinations. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just whatever fits with you. The important thing is just to create somewhere that is just for you to be, just for you to sit, chill out, and be. That's the most important thing. If you're looking for ideas, there's lots of ways you can find ideas. You just have to go to Google and you just have to type in creating my own space or creating your own space or my space or whatever along those lines, and millions of things will get thrown at you. What I tend to do as well is I tend to use some Feng Shui books. So I've got this one and I've got this one. Now Feng Shui, as everybody knows, is a Chinese way of arranging your house in a very energetically friendly way. Is probably the easiest way I can put it, because Feng Shui can be quite complex. I just have these the two books I just showed you. I just have them like a reference thing, just to give me ideas. I do a little bit of Feng Shui but I haven't gotten right into it because it can be quite intricate and it can be quite complex. So I've just taken ideas from my Feng Shui book, my books, and I've just incorporated ideas. There's lots of those sorts of things out there that you can use as tools, and they're just all tools to help create, you know, your own space. The other thing is that when you have created, after you've created your own space, it's really important to keep your space clear, energetically clear, and to smudge it and to sage it. So you can use white sage incense. You've also got white sage incense cones that you can use as well. Okay, I tend to use both. You've also got a lovely product called, I hope you can see this, hang on. As you can see, I've used it. This is called Palo Santo. I'll just show you the packaging. I hope you can see that because I don't have a viewfinder, so I don't actually know if you guys, I'm just guesstimating here that you guys can see it. Palo Santo is a sacred wood. It's used for ceremonies, and it's to use, and it honor spirit and purified sacred spaces. It's comes from Ecuador, and it's sustainably harvested. So it's a sacred wood. You can see that I've actually burnt some. I actually cut some of this down. I got given 3 big pieces. It was about $9.95. That's what it cost for me to buy that. So that also gets rid of negative energy, but it invites good energy in as well. Palo Santo. That's one of my new go-tos is Palo Santo. Then you've got other things. You've got I can never pronounce this incense, Nanka Champa. I can never pronounce it. But you can also use, there's Indian incenses you can use. There's that one. I sometimes use that. And I've also got this incense, which is called Potala incense as well. And that's what it looks like as well. And you guys can't see this, but I've actually got my greyhound in here with me. She was in here when I came in to record. And she's just deciding that she may want to go outside, but she's just going to have to wait now until I finish. So creating your own space is really quite easy. It's not that hard. You've just got to choose an area that you want to, an area that you like to sit in is a good guide. Somewhere where you like to hang out. If there's somewhere in your house that you really like to hang out and it's feasible for you to turn that area into your own area, then do that. If not, find somewhere else where you can sit and you can chill out and you can turn into your own area. If it's an outside area, if it's not feasible to like plant a garden or do a garden, then use pot plants and get yourself a special chair and a table. And if you're able to hang, you know, like wind chimes and other stuff like that that you find soothing, because that's part of having your own space, is somewhere where you find soothing as well. There's, you know, you can do things like that. If it's inside the house, I've already mentioned a few things that you can do. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video I've just done about creating your own space. These are just ideas. This is just something for you to play with. If it's something you've never thought about before, it's a really good idea to do this. It's really important because we all need time out. We all need somewhere special to go and just sit and have time out and chill out. It's so important, especially for our mental health, just to go, especially with our busy lives. Everybody's busy, 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 go, 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 go. We need to take time out just to sit and just chill. For 10, 15 minutes a day. I know it's harder when you've got a family, and I know I mention families quite a lot because I do understand, because I've raised 2 kids myself, so I do know, I do understand, especially when they're younger, how hard it is. But if you can at least try during your day at some stage, even if it's after you shove your kids to bed at night, and just, you know, they go to bed, just take some time for yourself. And even if it's 10, 15 minutes, just sit in your special area, take a cup of tea or coffee if you drink or whatever, and just sit and chill out. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. The ways you can help my videos sort of go up in the suggestions thing so more people will find them, so more people can sort of watch my videos, is to, like I say, give it a thumbs up. Watching my videos all the way through, that also really helps me for you know, people finding me, as well as don't forget to comment and share this video. If you've liked this video and you think it might be useful to other people, or any of my videos are useful for other people, please share them, because by sharing them, other people find out about my channel, and if they like my channel, they, you know, want to watch my channel. If they don't, that's cool too. But it's just about other people finding out that I'm here and I'm doing this content, and I'm sharing this content with all of you. Like I've said once, I've said it quite a few times now, this is just what I have learned. This is just what I have been taught by others. And so I'm just sharing and passing on my knowledge to all of you, because there may be some of you that may be interested in this sort of stuff but just don't know, but you want to know. So that's the reason I'm doing this, is just to help you learn. Somebody taught me, and I'm just helping you guys, and I'll always be grateful for the mentors I've had. Very grateful, because they've taught me and they've helped me learn and put practices into my life that enrich my life, and I am paying this forward by making these videos so I can do a similar thing that they've done, but I'm doing it to reach a greater audience and more people, and hopefully inspire and help, and to make other people happy, and just, yeah, I just like helping people. So thank you very much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Amitofo, everybody. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whether it be night or day, have a good day, have a good night. Like I said, wherever you are, please stay safe. And I'm not sure at this stage what my next video will be. I haven't actually decided that. So look forward to my next video. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these monthly. So once a month, I will be putting these videos up, either on the 3rd or 4th week, depending how I'm going for time. So thank you very much, and I will see you all in my next video. Okay, bye everybody. Hello everybody, this is my tree at night. I know you can't see it, but I just wanted to show you the lights in the tree. I have other light on, but there's the lights in my tree.